Okay, today I want to talk a little bit about how people target their messaging in their business for their marketing messages and the best way to go about it. Now, what a lot of people do is they focus on the demographics that they're trying to target and they get obsessive over it. They think, oh, we must target, 25 to 35-year-old female professionals. And they think of it in that sort of sense. Now, what I'm talking about here is talking specifically to people who have a certain psychographic as opposed to a demographic. So, for example, people who believe, here I give the example, that quality shouldn't be compromised for convenience. Now, when you begin to realize that that's the audience and that's the way that they think, and those are the people that your business is for, it can completely change your overarching strategy for marketing. And you can begin to tell stories to them that chime with that very mindset. Now, what that does is, we're all fairly pretty tribal. And what that does is it makes them think, oh, this is a business that's directly for me. And the more you can get people thinking that your business is the one for them, the more they will, first of all, come to you, and secondly, tell other people about that too. So what I'm talking about here is a time that this week I worked with a client and their ads, they were promoting a certain product, for example, and we managed to cut the costs by 92%, customer acquisition cost, which is, pretty crazy. But what we did is exactly what I've just explained. So we did a lot of analysis of their Trustpilot reviews. We put them all through AI, obviously, without any personal data in. And we pulled out key buying signals and beliefs behind the transformation that they had using the product or what they loved about it and things like that. And from there, we built a picture of what the audience actually feel. So here I'm sort of pushing you to ask yourself, what does my audience really want? What do they really think about? What do they actually like, as opposed to what do they look like or things like that? So what we then did is we started telling stories in our advertising campaigns directly to those type of people in the way that they think, and trying to create stories that chime with that and with the offering of our client. Now, what that did is, obviously it was more than just the ad campaign. We had to start to manipulate all of the assets to be in line with this, but it dramatically reduced the customer acquisition cost, like I said here, by 92%. And as I mentioned here in my newsletter, this is not just bluster, that's actually happened. And then, yeah, I'd make the message here that, as with any case, if you're putting £1 in and it's turning into £3 or £4, the more profitable it is, the more you think, well, this makes sense to scale. Bearing in mind that if you put £1 into the S&P 500, you get 10%, for example. And if you're putting £1 into your business and you're getting 300% or 400 or 1,000% increase, it makes sense to put £10 in, which is exactly that. So I make this video to ask you the question: are you looking for demographics? Are you targeting demographics, or are you targeting psychographics? And maybe this is the time that you should think a little bit more about what your story is, how you're telling it, and who you're telling it to, and why. And that's it. I hope you're very well. And look, if you have any questions, please do leave them in the comments. If you're feeling pleasant, then please do like and subscribe. Essentially, my name is Hugo Trace. I'm the founder of a company called Grow Patiently. And what I do is I'm wanting to make more videos for businesses who want to learn from me. I'm not saying I know absolutely everything, but what I have done is I've doubled the revenue of over 7 businesses in the last 2 years, and we're set to do more this year. So I'm just trying to share the knowledge that I have. I must admit, this is the first YouTube video that I've made, so I'm kind of excited for it. But what I do is I have my newsletter on LinkedIn. You can go and check that out. And I also have my email newsletter. And so now what I'm trying to do is combine that all into a video format so that people can enjoy it on YouTube too. That's it. Okay, I hope you're well. And please do like and subscribe.